for Ghana in the offing. Teachers with tertiary education background urged to pursue higher education. Hello, good evening. Welcome to News Hour Live on GBC24 and GTV. My name is Shirley Annan. The Tamale Airport, which is being rehabilitated, will soon be expanded to become a maintenance hub for all local flights upon completion. A warehouse will also be constructed at the airport to keep fresh produce for exports. This was disclosed by the Aviation Minister, Madam Cecilia Dapa, when she visited the Tamale Airport and the Yendi Airport site in the northern region.
4-kilometer runway has been constructed at the Tamale Airport as part of the first phase of the rehabilitation and expansion works. The Aviation Minister's visit was to assess the extent of work done so far. Madam Cecilia Dapa said rehabilitation works at the Tamale Airport is in line with government's agenda to enhance air transport in the country and also open up the region for business.
We have seen things for ourselves. We are going back to the drawing board to see and compare what we were expecting and what we have found. We are thinking with other business people to build and have a training school for pilots and cabin crew. And that place we want to provide jobs for our teaming youth, those who are interested in the aviation sector, to train and come and work for the airline.
Accompanied by the Northern Regional Minister, Mr. Salifu Said, Madam Cecilia Dapa also called on the Regent of Dagbon, Kampakuya Na Abdullahi Andani and Bolilana Mohammed Abdullahi at their palaces. At Yendi, Madam Cecilia Dapa inspected the old airstrip in the town. She expressed her displeasure at the way the land surrounding the airstrip has been encroached upon.
As much as we are trying to do major infrastructural projects for the airports, we also want to look at even the colonial airstrips. We will have a look at all of them. You've seen the old Yendi airstrip. Now it's been encroached upon, and the chief has been kind enough to give us another land, and we are insisting that this land will be protected so that we can use it for a good modern airstrip.
Practitioners at the National Alternative Dispute Resolution Center have called for the inclusion of ADR mechanisms in a fight against galamsey. They say by applying ADR mechanisms, some disagreements that have cropped up in communities due to the activities of illegal miners can be resolved in a peaceful manner.
Activities of illegal miners and other human activities have destroyed almost all the water bodies in the country and vegetations as well. Government, the media and religious bodies have all joined in the fight against the galamsey menace. The latest body to add their voice to the fight against galamsey is the National Alternative Dispute Resolution Center. The center is calling for ADR mechanisms in the fight against galamsey. Practitioners at the center say they can assist to resolve some of the differences that exist between mining communities and those engaged in galamsey. In order to carry out this task effectively, the center needs to be resourced. The former moderator of the Presbyterian Church, Ghana, Very Reverend Professor Emmanuel Mate, noted that election-related issues had been resolved through alternative dispute resolution, hence the need to use the same mechanism to bring peace in communities affected by illegal mining.
Legacy Girls College, a private all-girls boarding school, has held its first speech and prize-giving day at Akuse. The day was to recognize and reward the performance of students in their various fields of studies, as well as teachers for their outstanding performance in their line of duty.
Legacy Girls College was established 2 years ago by Dr. Ellen Hagan and Mrs. Issy Anosaki, both old students of Wesley Girls Senior High School. The idea is to offer high-quality education for the girl child and groom them to become responsible world leaders. The school, which started with just a single building, a student and 3 staff, has now increased in student and staff population. The college follows the Ghana National Curriculum and the British International General Certificate of Secondary Education. The girls are given opportunity to interact with women achievers, will mentor them alongside their schoolwork. Having operated for only 2 years, the college is already making a mark, and it is expected to leave a legacy in the education sector. The Executive Director of Legacy Girls College, Mrs. Nancy Duya, said the school is on a path of growth and they will continue to work within the master plan to achieve their vision.
The ongoing construction works of a double-story building with expected completion date in September 2017 to provide facilities for additional classrooms, administration officers, ICT and science laboratories, an audiovisual room, and facilities for an effective 21st century teaching and learning.
A justice of the Court of Appeal, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Tokonu, asked the girls to aspire to greater heights with the quality education they are receiving at the college.
I'd like to encourage you young ladies, please, whilst you are here, take time to develop the vision in you. Develop that beautiful ambition, that beautiful picture of what you would want your life to be like.
The headmistress of Wesley Girls Senior High School, Mrs. Betty Jokoto, said an educated girl child is one that is empowered to make the right choices for a better society.
It has now been proven that one of the surest ways to accelerate the growth and development of any nation is to ensure that the females are going to school. With the enlightenment through formal education, diseases will be controlled because of their awareness of their causes. Productivity will increase, poverty will be reduced, and ultimately, the economy will improve, and we will all enjoy a better quality of life, all because a girl child was educated.
Awards were given to pioneers of the school and serving staff. Other students who have distinguished themselves in their field of studies were also recognized and rewarded.
Still on education, the principal of the Accra College of Education, Mrs. Christian Bampo Hineku, has charged teachers to upgrade themselves after their first tertiary certificates. Mrs. Bampo made the advocacy while addressing graduates at the 9th congregation of the Accra College of Education.
Education is one of the basic tenets of nation building. For this reason, the government of Ghana spends huge sums of money to raise teachers at various levels to meet the growing demands of teaching services in the country. However, some of these teachers do not aspire to further their education after their diploma or first degree, thereby making their knowledge stunted. The principal, Accra College of Education, Mrs. Christian Bampo Hineku, therefore urged teachers to better themselves academically. This, she said, is the only way teachers can adjust with the technological world and earn a better living.
Take advantage of all short courses, seminars, and professional workshops that are organized for teachers to enhance your professional competences. Enroll for further studies to update your status.
A senior lecturer at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. Amponsa Kwatin, said it's high time Ghanaians settled on nothing less than higher quality education.
The fact that education is an essential process in human development makes the issue of quality inseparable from the whole process of delivery. It is in the light of this that a greater attention is paid to education.
393 students graduated from the Accra College of Education. Students and staff who performed exceptionally were awarded.
The operations and management of the Elmina Fish Processing Facility has been handed over to a private Ghanaian company to manage on behalf of the state. The Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Madam Elizabeth Afolekwe, urged that it is maintained well to improve the livelihoods of the fisher folks. People of Elmina are predominantly fisher folks. They do their fishing activities throughout the week, except Tuesdays. One of the major challenges confronting them is the non-availability of a storage facility to minimize post-harvest losses. The Mahama administration secured a grant facility from Indian Exim Bank to build the processing facility to alleviate the suffering of the people. The Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Madam Elizabeth Afolekwe, underscored the need for better trading accoutrements and services for fisher folks. She said attached to the processing plant are free meals, a creche and a clinic. She said the facility will give direct employment to the people and urged the new managers to help increase the revenue base for the development of the locality.
This fish processing facility has come in very good time, and I'm encouraging Raphael Spectrum Company Limited to do a very good work by maintaining this facility and ensuring that it lasts for a very long time.
The CEO of the company, Raphael Taki, said the company has the expertise to handle the facility. He said there will be routine maintenance works since the sea breeze would have a negative impact on the facility.
I have promised the ministry that we as a company, we're going to run this place for Ghana to see that it is not only foreigners that can make Ghana better.
Christians across the country have been tasked to realign themselves with a sense of togetherness to throw their weight behind government's interventions to halt illegal mining activities. The clarion call was made at the 8th Synod of the West Volta Presbytery of the Evangelical Church, Ghana.
This year's 8th Synod of the West Volta Presbytery of the Evangelical Presby Church, Ghana, hosted about 18 district assemblies under the West Volta Presbytery of the Church. The annual event, which was held at the Dansoman district of the EP Church, brought together pastors, catechists, group leaders from various districts and other delegates of the church to evaluate and assess their work, its impact on society, and explore new possibilities to help build the church and also contribute to the socio-economic development of Ghana. The clerk of the General Assembly of the EP Church, Ghana, Reverend Dr. Emmanuel May, centered his sermon on Christians' participation in nation building. He therefore urged Christians to help in the fight against the Galamsey menace, which threatens the existence of every Ghanaian.
As Ghanaians, first and foremost, if all of us would do away with our party colors and join the vision and the programs and the policies that government want to roll out, in order that this country will become a better place for all of us, that government will continue to invest in human beings for the forward march of every individual in this country.
In an interview with the advisor on mining at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Ben Ayi emphasized that the fight against illegal mining cannot be achieved without the involvement of all citizens.
So gold can be very good for us. Unfortunately, as the preacher said, an enemy came in. And the enemy deceived us to misuse the resource, the gold. And that's what we see now. Illegal mining, which is destroying, has become a menace rather than a good thing for us. So the government of this current day, led by President His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, is saying that yes, mining we will if we have to. But we have to do it properly to ensure that it does us good.
The theme for the 8th Synod of the West Volta Presbytery of the EP Church is Breaking New Grounds Revisited. Now is our turn. For GBC24, Oferiwa Dakom reported.
As the world marks International Menstruation Day, the Rotary Club of Tema Meridian has distributed washable feminine hygiene kits to female students at the Zenu KKDA cluster of schools in Tema.
15,000 feminine hygiene kits were distributed to the school girls. The gesture is to help increase their attendance to school. The project will be running for 3 years, starting from 2017 to 2019, and an estimated number of 18,000 women and girls are expected to be impacted by the project. The president of the Rotary Club of Tema Meridian, Madam Sedina Matanawi, explained the program.
The number of our girls, school-going girls, in deprived communities who are absented from school because they don't have access to genuine feminine hygiene kits to use during menstruation. So every week during menstruation, they fall out of class and are not able to attend school and fall down academically. It is dubbed Be in School every day so that the girls will feel comfortable during the time of menstruation, stay in school and progress academically.
The exercise will be extended to other districts in Tema and Accra.
Ex-Black Stars defender and president of the Professional Footballers Association, Mr. Tony Bafo, was last night crowned the Sports Personality of the Year at the 42nd SWAG Awards.
The annual award ceremony that recognizes people for their diverse roles towards the banquet hall of the State House. The event had in attendance the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, Sports Minister Isaac Isiama, SWAG President Kobna Ibua, and other distinguished personalities from the sports fraternity. The Magdan Group of Companies and Trillium Industries were presented with special corporate awards. The Kickboxer of the Year prize went to Lawrence Nyanyung Mai. Table Tennis Player of the Year was given to Ghana Immigration Service Derek Abrefa. The Female Club of the Year prize went to Ampem Dakwa Ladies. The Para-Athlete of the Year was Yusuf Amadou. Discovery of the Year, Richmond Osafo, a weightlifter. The Weightlifter of the Year accolade went to Christian Amwa. The Hockey Player of the Year, Male, went to Emmanuel Ankuma, with Rachel Baum for winning the Female Hockey Player of the Year. The Most Promising Star of the Year went to Sandra Owusu-Ansah. Dedication and Valor went to Godwin Atram and Dan Kwei. Amateur Boxer of the Year was Abdul Wahid Omar. Athlete of the Year was John Ampuma, with Female Athlete of the Year going to Nadia Eke, while Stars won the Premier League Club of the Year. Coach of the Year prize went to Mr. Paul Dugbe, father of boxer Isaac Dugbe. The Referee of the Year prize went to Mr. Roger Bano. The Professional Boxer of the Year accolade went to Emmanuel Tego. National Team of the Year went to the Black Cranes, the national weightlifting team. Presley Dubia won the Female Footballer of the Year. Goalkeeper Richard Ofori won the Premier League Player of the Year. The Footballer of the Year prize went to Solomon Asante. The President, Nana Akufo-Addo, reiterated the score to develop all sports in the country.
I commend SWAG for the commitment, dedication, and consistency in the organization of this event over the last 41 years. I pay tribute to the many sponsors who have supported the event. I am very much aware that our sportsmen and women strive under very difficult conditions. And I'm therefore glad that this award scheme exists to recognize their efforts. Let me end by wishing the Black Starlets well in tomorrow's Under-17 AFCON final. I'll be in Bamako tomorrow, and it would be nice for me to be able to tease President Boubacar Keita rather than the reverse.
The biggest award on the night, the Sports Personality of the Year award, went to CAF and FIFA match coordinator Mr. Anthony Bafo.
Personality of the Year,
Anthony Bafo.
A round of applause for Mr. Anthony Bafo.
He beat off competition from Emmanuel Tego. Tony was rewarded for his exploit at FIFA that saw him coordinate some historic matches at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games as well as finals of the 2016 FIFA World Cup.
It's getting close, now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is, cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have
a round of applause for Tony Bafo.
The entertainment news is next. The Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Mrs. Catherine Afeku, has launched this year's PanaFest in Cape Coast. The event promotes the story about African Renaissance.
First biennial festival, which is celebrated in the spirit of reuniting the African family. Symbolic sites of the transatlantic slave trade are usually in the upshots during PanaFest celebrations. It gives a stark reminder of sacrifices made by Africans on mainland and in the diaspora in the slavery period, but essentially bonded by that common heritage. This year also marks the 25th anniversary of PanaFest. As part of the activities towards the launch, a bonfire night was held at Elmina, interspersed with dance, music and sharing of folklores. Launching the event, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mrs. Catherine Afeku, spoke about the relevance of PanaFest and how it builds bridges.
We are one people, and if we open our borders, tourism has the potential of fostering unity.
A representative of the Nigerian delegation, Diane Gbagbo, shared her thoughts on PanaFest.
With what we've experienced here today, we're definitely taking this African Union back home with us, and we're going to make sure we're loud it out there to say we're one Africa, we'll fight for ourselves, we'll fight for our brothers, we'll be our brothers' keepers henceforth, and indeed we'll continue with the strength and support Africa and promote Africa all over the world.
The board chair of the PanaFest Secretariat, Mrs. A.C. Sutherland Addy, encouraged the youth to show interest and actively participate in PanaFest, which serves as a buffer against foreign culture.
Ridomil Gold, mixing and dosing. Using Ridomil Gold between May and August will protect your cocoa farm from black pod and other diseases so that you can get a good harvest. Before you use Ridomil Gold, wear your protective clothing. Overalls, Wellington boots, hat, gloves, and nose mask. Half fill your Matabi knapsack sprayer with water. Add 100 gram sachet of Ridomil Gold. Then add more water until the tank is completely full. Close the lid and shake well to mix the Ridomil Gold properly. Remember, you should use 100 gram sachet of Ridomil Gold per tankful of water and 600 gram sachet of Ridomil Gold for every acre of cocoa farm.
Thanks for watching the weather report brought to you by RMG Ghana Limited. Good evening.
Thank you for watching News Hour. Before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. The Aviation Minister, Mrs. Cecilia Dapa, says government is considering opening a new aviation school in Ghana. Speaking after inspecting works at the Tamale Airport, the minister indicated that the Tamale Airport is earmarked to become a maintenance hub for all local flights. Teachers have been urged to upgrade their education after obtaining their first tertiary certificates. According to the principal of the Accra College of Education, this is the only way teachers can adjust to the technology. All in news. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.